Welcome, Spoon Nation, to The Compass, a show where we discuss today's world from a Christian perspective. I'm Cameron Lomax Bird.
And I'm Megan Rock. Today we'll be talking about television and movies, so let's get started. So Cam, what's your favorite genre of movies and TV?
Good question. My favorite genre would definitely have to be a good drama series because of the excitement it brings out of people. What about you?
I really like action movies just because of how fast-paced they are. Netflix is everyone's go-to streaming service, and the platform has a top 10 list that is displayed as soon as you open the app. This is an easy and resourceful way to get the audience to all start watching the same shows. Once a show is a hit, everyone starts talking about it, which leads even more people to go watch it.
Netflix Dahmer, a biographical crime drama television series about Jeffrey Dahmer, has entered Netflix all-time top 10 most popular shows after just over a week on Netflix with almost 500 million hours viewed. The show has become a hot topic because of its subject matter. There has been a focus on dark and unsettling topics.
I definitely agree, Cam. Serial killer TV shows have become a very popular genre in the last few years. I think there are 5 different shows and movies about Ted Bundy alone, which is shocking. Another trend in Hollywood is movies about the lives of celebrities. Elvis, Respect, and I Want to Dance with Somebody are 3 of many new biographical movies from this year focusing on the lives of beloved celebrities.
I spoke with some students on campus and asked them what their favorite movie or TV show is. Let's take a look. On this week's show, we're talking about some of our favorite movies, TV shows, and some of our favorite streaming services. Here I have Adrian, and he's going to tell us about his favorite movie and why.
My favorite movie is The Greatest Showman. It talks about how you don't have to give up on your dreams. If you watch the movie, he wanted to start a circus with people who were different than others, and people wanted to shut him down. But no matter what, he kept going and became one of the biggest circus people in the world.
Awesome. Thank you, Adrian. Next, I have Ashley Dubé. Ashley, what is your favorite TV show right now, and why?
I would say my favorite TV show is Love is Blind right now. And I'd say it's just because of like the stupidity of the people, really.
Yeah.
It's just entertaining. There's so much drama,
Yeah.
and it's just like you can't believe that's how people think sometimes.
Right, yeah. I agree. Next, we have Luke here. Luke, what is your favorite streaming service and why?
Right now it's HBO Max because I've been trying to get into The Sopranos. I know it's an old show, but I'm starting to get into it a lot. So
Yeah, nice.
that's HBO Max is my favorite.
Nice. Thank you, Luke.
Yes.
Next, we have John Luke. John Luke, what's your favorite TV show right now and why?
I would probably say right now be the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary. It's just really interesting and like crazy that really happened.
Right,
so it's
right.
just cool to see it and how realistic it is.
Yeah, and how the world's taking it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
a whirlwind. Thanks, John Luke.
Anytime.
Next, we have Victoria and Kylie, and they're both going to tell me about their favorite TV show right now, starting with Victoria.
My favorite TV show is Ted Lasso.
Ooh, why?
I just really love the story. Like, it's really charismatic.
Yeah.
It's really genuine. It's funny.
Yeah, awesome. I'm going to take a look at it one day.
You should.
Kylie?
Mine's The Twilight Zone in the 1950s.
Oh, ooh. Why so? Yeah, it's a classic. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Last, we have Brayden right here, and Brayden's going to tell me about his favorite TV show right now. Brayden, what's your favorite TV show right now, and why?
Right now, I'd definitely say it's Adventure Time.
Okay.
Just because me and Riley have been watching it a lot recently, so it's just been a lot of fun.
Yes, does it make you like laugh? Is it suspenseful?
It's just funny.
Just funny.
It's just funny
Yeah.
to watch, sit down, just chill.
Awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Of course.
What if there's a place for you where your dreams and future collide with God's vision and direction, where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where servant leaders of the next generation are grown, and where your story can be written and change the course of history, where generosity is contagious and if you catch it, you just might change the world. This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life, step into Southern Wesleyan University.
It was great to hear from some of the students. Now I've got some new shows and movies to catch up on. Up next, Kyle Clardy spoke with Grayson Schrader, a former media communications major at SPU. Since graduating, Grayson has moved to Florida to work for Disney in their college program. Let's hear what Grayson has to say.
So Grayson, how are you today? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm doing good. So my name's Grayson. I'm 23. I graduated from SWU in May of 2021. I was also a media comm student with a concentration in media production. So when people ask my major, I just say media production. It's a lot easier that way. I'm a big nerd. That's probably one of the biggest things that got me into media stuff. I've got a Halo poster right there. There's a Star Wars poster right there. Spider-Man right there, Harry Potter right there. So I'm super into storytelling, and I really like. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest movie guy you'll ever meet, but I'd say I'm pretty proficient in movie knowledge, at least compared to your average Joe. And I like my video games. I like my comic books. I like regular books, although I don't read them as much as I'd like to. But yeah, I'm from the upstate South Carolina area, but now I am currently in Florida doing the Disney College program at Walt Disney World in Florida, and doing nothing with media, but we'll get to that later.
All right, sounds good. Well, I know you mentioned Disney, and even though you're in their program, but you can still tell everybody, hey, I work for Disney. And that's got to be a dream come true, a really cool opportunity for you. I mean, there's so few people get to say I work for Disney. It's just a cool opportunity. Right. So, can you tell us a little bit about that and how that came to be?
So finding a job, like, you really need to know what you want to do. And my problem is I want to do it all. I like doing it all, but so that means I can do it all, but I'm not really, really good at one thing. If I'm doing a podcast, I'm your guy, right? Like I got you hooked up, but like that's a very niche thing, right? And then there's a 1,000,000,001 podcast out there. That's actually probably not even an accurate number. It's probably like a couple billion. And anyway, so I get out of college and I hear more about the college program, and my family told me about it, and I was dating someone at the time. They kind of pushed me to do it, and I was like, yeah, sure, like I'll do it. I had never been away from home, and I wanted to, like, really away from home, and I wanted to, like, kind of get out there and make connections. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. So I applied for it, and I got accepted. My program was originally from January 18th to August 25th. And I decided while I was here to extend my program just to be away from home for a year for my own personal growth, handling money by myself, living on my own. There's a lot that you learn in a year being like by yourself. Unfortunately, I get the news like 2 weeks before I leave for my program. I should preface that you don't get to choose what you do. You do not. You have no say. They will put you where they want to put you. And you are working in the theme parks or the resorts. You're working on Walt Disney World resort property. So you can be from Magic Kingdom to Epcot to Hollywood to Coronado Springs to the Contemporary, Dak Lodge. I mean, there's a million things you can do. And I see my assignment and it says MK QSR Fantasyland. And I quickly realize I am working in a quick service restaurant in the busiest theme park in the world, doing nothing with what I studied for. And that made me pretty disappointed, I won't lie. Quick service was at the absolute bottom of what I wanted to do. I would have rather have done, custodial. Honestly, that sounded more appealing. When I was like, honestly, like I was like, I get to walk around the park and clean toilets, sure, whatever. But I'm like, I do not want to handle food. But you don't get a choice. So I was like, it is what it is, and I see that I'm a cast member at Pinocchio Village House. I'm in the kitchen there. If you happen to visit Disney World by January 12th, then you come order a flatbread pizza. There's a chance that I made it for you. So have that. I know a lot of people that make good connections while here in the program. It really is all subjective to who your leaders are. There's kind of a hierarchy of leadership and whatnot. And while I think I have some great leaders, they are far too busy to be talking about what I actually want to do. The only semblance of hope that I had gotten was my favorite leader I will not speak names, even though I know none of them are listening to this. But she is fantastic, and she asked me. She goes, "What did you go to school for?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's media production." She's like, "What is that?" I'm like, I shoot things with a camera and edit videos, and you know what we do. And she was like, "Oh, okay." Nothing else beyond that. I've been here. It is like mid-October as we are recording this. I have been here 9 months. 9 months. Yeah, next month will be 10 months. So by the time I finish my program, it is now going to end in January. And I am very thankful that I've gotten to do the program. A lot of people don't get to. It is selective. However, it has opened my eyes that I'll be honest, I'm not knocking Disney. They make some great stuff. I do not want to work for them as a company. That's just me. I don't really like how their things work. I don't like how they operate. And this is, I'll get into a question later, but it is one of my dreams to work on Star Wars. But Star Wars is now owned by the mouse. And while working in a theme park is still a lot more different than working in a movie set, it's still I just don't love the way they operate. So but hey, that, you live and you learn, so I've got 3 more months here, still working in the kitchen, still doing the same thing, making pizzas, frying chicken and fries, living the dream.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on here, Grayson. It was great catching up with you. Great hearing about everything that's going on and your passions. And the future looks bright for you. It sounds like you're going to get back to doing what you love here soon. So really excited for you and can't wait to see how things turn out for you in the future.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. And thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kyle. In a society where the Christian faith is pushed to the side, it is more and more common for our sources of entertainment to push for secular ideas in their content. However, there are new movies and shows coming out that have good messages and bring the message of the gospel to the world. I'm here with Ann Reeves, and we're going to talk about the Christian entertainment genre in television today. How are you doing today, Ann?
I'm doing great.
Good. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, I am a mom. I home educate my children, and I'm very interested in the arts.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm. How informed do you feel you are about the Christian entertainment genre?
I feel like I'm pretty good with the movies. I don't spend a lot of time in front of,
television.
Yeah. So
you're very busy. That makes sense.
So, yeah.
So how can we become more informed about it?
About what?
Just the Christian genre in general in television movies.
Oh, okay. Well, it's out there. I mean, you can scroll. Like last night, I thought, well, I'm gonna scroll through and see what there is, and there's a lot out there to find.
Mm-hmm.
If you want
to. Have you watched The Chosen?
I have.
What do you think about The Chosen being the gospel story told in a more storytelling way, as opposed to biographical like the Bible?
Right. I really enjoyed watching The Chosen because it brought to life what you read in the Bible. Yeah. So it was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
But on the same hand, I also have some concerns because for people that don't read the Bible, that's all they'll get.
Right.
So there's both sides. Yeah.
Yeah. Did it affect the way that you think about Jesus' ministry?
It did.
Yeah.
It did, in a very positive way, actually.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some famous actors have been banned from Hollywood because of their Christian faith, like Kevin Sorbo or Dean Cain. Chris Pratt even has been attacked for his beliefs as well. Why do you think Hollywood is so offended by a Christian perspective being present in entertainment?
Yeah, I would love to talk to the CEO and find out what are they thinking. But I honestly don't know the why. But I'll tell you, it seems like there's a problem. Mm-hmm. They're just not accepting the Christian view.
Yeah, for sure. So are there any movies or shows that you have avoided watching or supporting because it is in opposition to your faith?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I always do a background check.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to know what I'm going to watch.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Ann.
It is my pleasure.
Good. Coming up, Caleb Oates talks about the rise of streaming services. We'll be back after the break.
Hi, I'm Madeline Barrett. I am a Southern Wesleyan graduate, class of 2021. I majored in media communication in a concentration of public relation. I am currently at the reserves at Lake QE here at the sales office. I work with Coldwell Banker Kane. This original position was part-time, and then my supervisor saw my resume and saw all of the things that I've done at Southern Wesleyan, including hosting a number of talk shows, creating an Instagram account for our communications department, and she thought, wow, you just have blown me away with all of these amazing things you've been a part of, and I want to offer you a full-time position here. Southern Wesleyan invested in me, and I got a return on my investment.
Over the past several years, streaming services have taken the world by storm. Even though they have been around for some time, they keep finding ways to meet our everyday needs in our everyday lives.
As teachers, we use a lot of resources in the classroom, and just on YouTube you can find all sorts of educational videos. You can find all kinds of things that you need. Netflix has a whole kids section. Disney Plus is all children's movies, and at work we watch those a lot, so I kind of see it increasing and playing a bigger role in the classroom as you go along.
Not only have the streaming services helped to improve things in the classroom, but they've also helped to improve things in the sports world. Recently, Amazon Prime bought out the exclusive rights to Thursday Night Football, which has left fans buzzing.
The past few weeks, like if I'm out and about doing something on a Thursday night, like I can just pull it up on my phone and watch it wherever I'm at. I don't have to be sitting at home watching it on TV, like I can find it. I think it's for the better because I already had Prime Video, so it worked out conveniently. Granted, if I didn't have it, I probably would have been a little upset to have bought it just for Thursday Night Football, but luckily I use it for other shows and there's other things with Prime Video, so I think it's great. I think it's going to benefit the sport in the future, and it'll make it way easier to watch the games. I know they've already experimented with NFL Plus, but that doesn't have the full library and all the games like it's going to have when Sunday Ticket moves, and they might break it up. Honestly, that's probably the smartest move. They break all the games up, and you know, one service gets the exclusive rights to Sunday night and one service gets the 1 o'clock window, the 4 o'clock window. That might be the future, and that might be the way we're headed, but if that's the case, at the end of the day, you look at it and you think paying all these streaming services monthly kind of gets close to a TV cable bill, honestly. When you look at the fine print and the numbers, like it is kind of about the same, really. And the fact that you can take it on the go and stream it wherever and do playbacks and things like that, I think it's great for sports and for streaming.
I'm Caleb Oates, reporting for MC SWU.
Thanks so much, Caleb. Cam, is there anything you're excited to watch?
There's so much I'm so excited to watch. Starting with Black Panther, I think that's going to be really good because so much has happened since, you know, the original.
Yes.
And I think that like the movie has a lot to like explain, especially after Chaz Boswick's death. I think a lot of people are looking for like some answers, and I think that movie will really bring his closure like to like his fans that we all need it. Also, I was looking on Instagram last night, and I seen that the new Creed 3 is coming out. I'm not sure if you know what Creed is.
I don't, actually.
Yeah, it's a boxing movie, just kind of like mirroring a famous boxer's life, and he's just kind of like going through he's going through the motions, but going through like becoming a father, becoming a husband, while Zaman's like dealing with like his boxing career and how that plays out. And the second movie was great, and so to hear like a third movie, I'm just so stoked about that. And as far as TV shows, like The Kardashians, like, have you seen it?
I do not watch The Kardashians, no. I can't, there's so much drama, it almost stresses me out, so I'm like, I'll pass on that.
That is what I adore about the show, is the drama. Like, they are hilarious. Like, they are really, really special people.
Yeah, well, I've seen all the memes and stuff, like the one with like the diamond ring going into the ocean and all that. So
totally.
They're definitely something that people like to talk about.
Right,
for
right. And then, obviously, to end a classic movie would have to be The Great Gatsby. I know on my when I went on like the street and talked about asking people about, you know, what their favorite movies was, I got that a lot. And I got a new perspective because people were talking about how it was just like it was enlightening people who felt like they weren't worthy enough, that you could do whatever you wanted as long as you put your mind to it. So.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. As for me, I have really been enjoying the Rings of Power series on Amazon Prime. It's like a continuation of The Lord of the Rings that came out, you know, when I was little.
Yeah.
So I grew up with that and I loved it and it was my childhood. And then they started coming out with this new series with these recurring characters. So like Galadriel.
Yeah.
I think Gandalf is in it. They haven't revealed who it is, but I'm pretty sure it's Gandalf.
You sound stoked about it.
Oh yeah,
like,
it is so good.
You got
It's
me
so good.
excited to watch it.
Oh, you need to. It's so good because there's all kinds of different characters. They follow a lot of different plot lines, so it's like complicated, but like towards the end it all ties together. It is so exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a lot. If it's too cold, you know, this coming winter, and we have a time, I will definitely sit down and
You should.
give them shows some
Absolutely.
some love.
Yes, for sure.
Thanks so much for tuning in, Spoo. Check back with us next time as we dive into today's popular culture.